Hello, everyone. My name is Noah James Gonzalez. Friends and families call me Nonong Gonzalez, a name given to me by my grandpa, which I like, and a name which established my identity. I invite you, together with my mom Angelia, Grandma Nancy, Tita Gian, and my grandpa Jimmy, to come travel with me as I journey around the world to see the beautiful places, its people and culture, and taste its native delicacies. The Knights Templars were a secret society whose true purpose remains a mystery or is at least vigorously debated among scholars and historians to this day. The Templars left behind many clues of their actions which have been passed down through generations, hidden in ancient manuscripts and discovered by archaeologists in the modern era. Their story is one that has captured the fascination and curiosity of people throughout the ages. Were they sent to the Holy Land in Jerusalem to protect Christians on pilgrimages? Or were they sent there on secret mission by higher authorities in order to unearth lost artifacts and buried treasure under temples and sacred holy sites? The Knights Templars were members of a religious military order of Christian knighthood founded around 1118 or 1119 in Jerusalem by the French knight Hugh de Payens. For nearly 2 centuries, this organization was the most powerful order in the medieval world. They were the first standing army in Europe since the fall of the Roman Empire, and by the time they reached their pinnacle of power in 1300, it is said they numbered in the tens of thousands. In the beginning, there were a total of 9 founding knights who made up the organization and were all related to one another through blood or marriage. As both monks and soldiers, they were a paradox without precedent, since there had never been praying priests who took up arms who also took vows of poverty, obedience, and celibacy. Knights Templars did not surrender unless they were outnumbered 3 to 1, and believed that since they were fighting for God, they would be immediately sent up to heaven upon falling in battle. During the Third Crusade, the Christians were decimated at the Battle of Hattin. It was the single worst military disaster in the Holy Land and one of the worst defeats for Christianity. The Templars were all put to the sword by their Muslim conquerors, who would go on to take the city of Jerusalem a few months later. Subsequent crusades by later generation would come to be known as failures. When they returned home after the First Crusades in 1128, the Templars were rich and influential and answered to no one but the Pope. They also did not have to pay taxes and were allowed to cross through the borders of European countries unrestricted. From 1150 on, they stopped guarding the road to Jerusalem. Instead, they devised a system which allowed pilgrims to travel without cash and valuables that might otherwise make them targets. The Templars entered into the banking business, and the temples or the local lodges were established throughout Europe, drawing deposits of massive wealth. The services the Templars offered became the model for today's banking system: money transfer, pension plans, and traveler's check. Their wealth made them the prominent bankers of their age and the first Western multinational corporation. The most controversial service the Templars offered was the issuance of high-profile loans. Princes and commoners alike banked with the Templars, and many states became indebted to them. The charge, adamantly against usury at this time, looked the other way. With the fall of the Holy Land to the Muslims in 1187, the Templar Order lost its founding purpose and became a target for unhappy debtors. With the failure of the Crusades and subsequent closure of the passage to the Holy Land, there no longer became a reason for the Knights Templar to exist. Imagine a standing army roaming Europe that answered to no one with no battle to fight. This attracted attention, and due to the wealth and political power the Templars had, they were seen as a threat to the power structure. During the early 14th century, the order experienced a sudden decline. In 1302, King Philip IV of France came into conflict with the Pope. Needing cash for his wars, he waged a vicious and skillful campaign aimed at suppressing the Templars, gaining their wealth, while simultaneously striking a blow against the papacy. On Friday, October 13, 1307, all the Knights Templars in France were arrested by agents of King Philip, and he ordered any still residing in the country to be thrown into prison, where they were tortured until confessing to accusation of heresy, homosexuality, and dishonest business activities. They were charged with capital offenses and their property seized. More than likely, many of the confessions were meaningless, but following this admission, a papal command was issued by Pope Clement V to all Christian sovereigns in 1312, which ordered that all Knights Templars be disbanded. The order of the Templar Knights went underground, and their movements have been shrouded in mystery ever since. Friday the 13th is linked with this historical event. As I pause here, I hope you enjoy our ride. Don't forget to watch my next episode, and please hit the red subscribe button below, for it means so much for me. Until next time, thank you so much.